Since a char array name gives the address where a string begins, that must mean that it also gives the address of the first character in that array. So where are the other characters in that char array located? Well, a char array, in common with any other array, is a series of items stored next to one another in memory. Each character in the array is located at a distance of one character's worth of memory after the character that went before. The characters H, E, L, L, O in the string hello are placed one after another in the array. That array starts with H, so we can think of the array as existing at a location in your computer's memory that starts at the position or address of the start of the array, that is, the address of the H character. For the sake of simplicity, let's imagine that the address of H in this char array is 100. It's not going to be that, really, but for simplicity, we just suppose it might be. Let's also imagine that the address of each subsequent character in the array goes up by 1. So the string hello, terminating with a null character, can be thought of as living at these memory addresses: H at 100, E at 101, L 102, the second L 103, O 104, and finally the null character 105. When I declare a char array str1 like this, that name str1 indicates the address of the start of the array, and here that would be the memory location 100. My code can then treat each subsequent character in the array as part of a complete string that only ends when the null character is found. But what happens if I declare a char pointer variable like this, str2? This time the variable str2 does not directly indicate the address of the start of the array. Instead, it stores a reference to that address, that is, a number that corresponds to the position in the computer's memory of the char array hello. The number stored by a pointer variable is used to find the matching address. You could say, therefore, that the pointer points to that address. And that's why, of course, they're called pointers. Now here's another example that I hope will help to clarify a few of the points that I've discussed in this step. Here are 3 ways of declaring an array of characters. str1 is declared as an array which is initialized with the characters of the string hello. str2 is a pointer to an array of characters, also hello. str3 is a fixed length array of 6 characters, but this is not initialized with anything at the time of declaration. Now, this is where I assign characters to str3, and I do this by filling the array with characters one by one, placing a new character at each index in each slot of the array, being careful that the final character is null, which is required to show where the string ends. When I run the program and display each name or variable as a number, and I'll do that now, and you can see that I first get the identifier's address, and then I get the string value. So that's hello in each case. Now the address of the first character is also the address of the array itself. Each subsequent character has an address which is sequential. It follows the address of the first array element, but is offset from that address by the amount of memory required to hold a character. And here, look, I display the address of each index of the array. So here I show the address of each index, each character in the array using array notation. Here I just add 1 to the start address of the array and I get the same results. Now, an important point. I know I've mentioned this before, but it's something that may be difficult to understand, so it's worth repeating. An array name is fixed. When your program is compiled, the name becomes the address of the array itself. And I can't change that when the program is running. So even though I can assign new characters at each index of the array, I can't just try to make a new assignment, a new address assignment to the array itself. So let's try that. If I try to assign a string to str1, That is, if I try to reinitialize this character array, then I'm going to have an illegal assignment. I can verify that. Build and run project. And it says it's ended with errors. And I can look in the error window down here. And it shows me incompatible types in assignment. It just doesn't allow me to assign that. But I have no such problems with the string pointer, such as str2. That was the string pointer declared up there. And if I uncomment this, I can set it to goodbye without any error. And I can show that by building and running again. So it started off as hello, but I've assigned a new string to it, and that's entirely valid.